Hi everyone. This video is a guide which will help the candidate understand on how to take an assessment on the Mettl platform. We have the option of taking an assessment on the browsers Mozilla Firefox and Google Chrome. Let us see how the test functions on Google Chrome.
When we get the assessment email, there is the assessment name and the duration of the assessment mentioned in that. There is also the check system compatibility and the start test option with us. It is recommended that we check our system compatibility before starting the test so that we do not face any technical difficulties while giving the test. When we click on check system compatibility, for Google Chrome, we need a Mettl extension to share the screen. So when we click here, we get an option to add the extension to our Chrome, and there is also a web store option to open it in the web store and add it. So when we click on add extension, the Mettl extension is added and we can now share the screen. Also, we have to give permission to the microphone and the camera for proctoring purposes. So I'll click on allow to give permission to the microphone and the camera. So now the computer is compatible to take the test. So it is recommended that we also give the permission to the particular extension, Mettl extension, for incognito mode as well. So for that, click on the menu button, go to more tools, open the extension, and find the Mettl extension over there and click on allow in incognito mode as well. To start the test, click on start test button. Okay, the first option that we get is to share our screen. So we click on share. Then we have already given the camera and microphone permission for the platform. Click on proceed to proceed further with the test. Read the instructions while the test is loading, which are for our use. Click on next to proceed with the test. Over here we get the sectional details about the assessment with the total number of questions, the each section name, the number of questions in each section, and the time limit of each section, and what is the time limit. There are also a few instructions that we have to take care while giving the test. Click on proceed to proceed further with the test. The first step is to fill the registration details. So the one marked with asterisks, a red asterisks, are compulsory to fill. Click on next. We have to provide a screenshot of our face. We have to make sure that our face is clearly visible to the person authorizing our test. Click on capture, and we can even check whether the photo is clear enough or not, and we can recapture if we wish to. Click on next to provide a snapshot of your ID card. Make sure that your name and your face is clearly visible in the snapshot that you provide. Click on submit. So this is the authorization process in which the other person, the proctor on the other side, will have to authorize. Once it's authorized, we are able to start the test.
Now let us check how the test will function on Mozilla Firefox.
When we get an email to take the assessment, there is the assessment name and the duration of the assessment mentioned in it. There is the check system compatibility and the start test button also available to us. It is recommended that we use the check system compatibility button so that we do not face any issues while giving the test. So click on check system compatibility. A new window opens up, and the first permission we have to give is screen to share. So when by default it is on no screen. So select the option of entire screen and click on allow. The next permission is we need to give is the camera and the microphone permission. This is for proctoring purposes. So click on allow and allow Mozilla Firefox to access the camera and microphone as well as screen share. So our test will work just fine on this particular assessment. Click on Start Test to start your test. The first permission that we have to give is share the screen. Select entire screen and click on Allow. The next is to share the camera and the microphone. Click on Allow to give those permissions. While the test is loading, there are some instructions given to us that we have to adhere while giving to the test. There are also our support numbers on which we can call if you're facing any technical difficulties while taking the test. Click on Next to start the test. We have the section-wise details with the section name, the number of questions in each section, the time limit for each section, the total number of questions in the assessment, and the total duration of the assessment. Please read these instructions carefully before starting the test. Click on Proceed to start the test. We have to fill in the details that are required of us, and the fields marked with the red asterisks are compulsory to fill, without which the test taker won't be able to start the test. Click on Next. We have to provide a screenshot of ourselves, a snapshot of ourselves before starting the test so that the other person can authorize this test. Click on Capture Now to start the to click a snapshot of yourself. Make sure that the picture that you click, your face is clearly visible, and if we can review our picture before submitting, and if we do not like the way the picture has come out, we can recapture it. Click on Next. Next, we have to provide a, a snapshot of the ID card. Any government ID card would be valid. Please make sure that your name and your face is clearly visible. Click on Capture Now and submit. Then our request is sent to the proctor, who will have to authorize this. Once the test is authorized, we have the option to start the test. Click on Start Test to start the test. For a proctor test, we can also talk to the proctor via the chat provided to us over here. This is the test window in which we have multiple options. We have first option is to toggle between the different sections in the test. Then we can click on the test name and we can see the instructions that we have to follow during the test. There is the total timing of the test, and we also have available with us a calculator for our use. There are the support numbers that the technical support numbers for the test that if we face any difficulty during the test. We have the option to mark a question so that we can remember it to revisit again. Any question that we mark to revisit will be marked in orange color. Now we can either drag and drop a file from our PC, or we can select a file at a particular location in our PC. The maximum file size allowed for us is 10 MB. Instead of getting the next question option, we get the next section option. Click on next section. As we can see on the top right corner, that this section is a time section, since we can see the total timer for the test and the sectional timing as well. This particular section is for 7 minutes, so after 7 minutes, this section will end on its own. And if we are navigating away from the test window at any given point of the test will give us a message that we have navigated away from the window. And the continuous behavior of navigating away from the window may also lead to finishing the test. Click on Continue. So if for a particular timed section, if we wish to change to the next section, it will give us a message that we will not be able to start or attempt any question in this particular section again after we finish this section. Click on Yes, Finish section. Finish test. So when we finish the test, we get a test summary in which we can see the total number of questions that we have attempted, the question we wanted to revisit, and the question that we haven't attempted. It also gives us a detail of each section that we have attempted. Since the section 2 was timed, we do not have the option of going back, and section 1 and section 3 we can. Finish test. After we finish the test, the window closes on automatically and we get a feedback form in which we can fill if the instructions were clear, if how the overall experience was, and we can give our feedback and suggestions. Click on submit. Now that we have taken the test, it has taken our feedback and we have finished with the test.